For Canada's battle group in Latvia, the most immediate threat likely isn't a military assault from Russia, but a propaganda one aimed at discrediting Canada's reputation. In fact, after only a few days here, it started. Russian language publication posted photos of disgraced former Canadian colonel and killer Russell Williams. The intent was to mock Canada's military. The headline screams, "The gay battle group NATO has dug into Latvia." The only decent army in NATO are the Americans, writes the author. All of the others are deeply comical. Latvia's army commander, an expert in Russian propaganda, says he's been waiting for something like this.
It happened to the German deployed troops in Lithuania, it happened to British troops in Estonia, it happens to American troops deployed to Poland.
At the Baltic Center for Media Excellence in Riga, they study Russian propaganda. Rita Rusuda says there's usually a minor negative incident, and the story is then torqued for political purposes.
Something is picked on and blown out of proportion.
Take this story that tries to whip up fear by suggesting NATO troops could be wandering around with loaded guns. We even found one of the CBC stories we wrote translated into Russian by the pro-Putin website Sputnik. It jumped on the idea that we found lots of Latvians opposed to the NATO mission, which was an exaggeration.
It's a strategically and very cleverly planned campaign to weaken our resilience, as a society's resilience to any sort of threat. So it's not just, some bloggers or trolls having fun. This is very well done, if I may say so.
What Mr. Williams did is appalling.
The commander of Canada's Latvia mission says he expected Williams' past would come up, but acknowledges they can't correct every story.
We can't stop people from using the internet and posting and blogging, but we can be aware of what they're doing, and when it's appropriate, we'll take actions that are necessary to set the record straight.
The propaganda reinforces the official Russian position on Canada and NATO that their presence here is aggressive and unnecessary. As to whether the message could eventually undermine public support for NATO's mission, those studying the issue here say the evidence points to yes. Chris Brown, CBC News in Riga, Latvia.